Alright, CNT120, Chapter 4 Lab, we are on Part 5. We're going to generate some ICMP version 4 traffic, and with that, look at the IP version 4 header. That's what we're going to do. So let's go to our packet sniffer, and we want to adjust the filters so that we see ICMP version 4, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to go to the sniffer here, edit filters. We're going to do ICMP under the version 4 tab, and over here I'm going to get rid of anything else that happens to be selected. And I will clear my capture. I'm just going to close that for now. I'm now going to set a static IP on the Harrisburg laptop and set a static IP on the Philadelphia laptop. And then we're going to generate traffic between them. So over in the Harrisburg laptop, I'm going to set this. So Harrisburg laptop. Let's go to desktop, IP config. We'll do static, and we're going to do 192.168.10.9. 192.168.10.9. We can use that as our subnet mask. 192.168.10.1. That's the router address, so that'll be our gateway. And 192.168.30.2 is our DNS server over at the other side, so we'll use that as our DNS. Now I'm going to do a command prompt here real quick, IP config, and make sure there's my IP subnet mask gateway. It looks good. I'm now going to do the Philadelphia laptop. This will be 30.9. So over here, IP configuration, 192.168.30.9, 192.168.30.1, and 192.168.30.2 should be our DNS server right there. So I will close that, and I will do an IP config here and verify that that looks good, and it does. Good, good, good. Now that I have them set, I'm going to generate traffic between the Philadelphia laptop and the Harrisburg laptop. So I'm going to open up the Philadelphia laptop, and I'm going to ping the Harrisburg laptop, 192.168.10.9. So right here, let's do ping 192.168.10.9. Now, if I have one or two timeouts to begin with, that's fine. The rest should be successful. If I continue to have timeouts, go back and double check your settings on this laptop here, then double check the settings on the other laptop. Carefully look at each of the numbers, look for typos, and make sure they're set to these settings here. Alright? But I should get at least a couple successfuls. One or two timeouts is okay. It had to find its way. As long as I get a couple here, we should be good. I'm now going to open up my sniffer, and here I tell you we're going to look at some of the last ICMP messages that we see. That just gets rid of the, if one or two of them timed out at the beginning. So if we look at the last two down here, I should see what I'm looking for. That's the idea behind this. So I'm going to highlight the next to last. I'm going to open this up so I can make it nice and big. And this time, we are going to look at we're going to really look at the IP header fields. We're going to look at the IP header fields. So here, we looked at Ethernet before. Down here is ICMP. We want to look at IP now. So we're going to look at these header fields. We see right off the bat version 4, IP version 4. Initial header length, this tells us how long, how many bytes, how long this is. In here, this is our not reserve field. This is your diff services field. Used for traffic control, priority kind of thing. Here is our TTL. These go together. Actually, our TTL is down here, excuse me. Here's your TTL down here. The ID, flags, and frag offset go together. If this IP packet has to be fragmented, the flags will indicate it was fragmented. The ID identifies all those fragments as belonging together. They're all identified with, this packet that got broken apart, all these pieces are part of packet 12. All these pieces are part of packet 13. And then over here, the frag offset lets you know what byte, what what byte is this where is this in order? Is this the beginning, middle, end kind of thing? The flag offset lets you know that. Here's your TTL field, header checksum, and then we have our source IP, destination IP, and then this is your upper layer data. So hopefully the header fields you had looked at in your reading are showing up here for you. So we now want to zoom in and look at our source IP field. So in here, source IP 30.9, destination IP 10.9. Now 30.9 is coming from the Philadelphia laptop, 10.9 is the Harrisburg laptop. Now that is one of the main reasons I had you assign a static up here. You now, when you did it, you kind of connected that IP to that machine. If you use the dynamic, it's kind of a meaningless number. Putting a static in here, you should know which ones these are now. This is your Philadelphia laptop going to your Harrisburg laptop. So those should make a little sense to you. Now, from the IP header, we're going to record those header fields. So let me go here to my text file, and I'm in part 5. Okay, I'm in part 5. So I'm going to open up my text file here, and I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to say part 5, and this is my IP header. And we have next to last ICMP. And we're going to put our header fields here. We should have the source IP followed by the destination IP. So there's the source IP followed by the destination IP. And again, these should make sense because we have been setting them. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to scroll to the last ICMP packet that's here. And what we should see is we should see these two flip-flop. We should hopefully see these two flip-flop. Because ICMP or pings work as a reply, a request, and a reply. I request the information and a reply comes back. I request the information, a reply comes back. That's the process. So if I look at this last ICMP packet, scroll down here, I should see these flip-flop. So now the source is 10.9, the Harrisburg, and the destination is the Philadelphia laptop. And indeed, I'm going to toggle back there real quick. The source was 30.9 on this one. Toggle to the last one. The source is 10.9. These have flip-flop. This is the reply coming back. So I'm now going to grab these header fields, and I'm going to say this is my last ICMP packet. And this is the source IP, and then the destination IP right there. And those are indeed flip-flopping on me. Those are indeed flip-flopping on me. And that's letting us know we looked at our IP header fields as well as these addresses flip-flopping back and forth. Now, before we leave this section lab, we're going to set both of these back to DHCP. So I'm going to close my sniffer there. I'll go to the Harrisburg laptop. ipconfig, and I'll go back to DHCP, and it should pick up a 10.100 kind of number. Good. And then I'll go over here to the Philadelphia laptop dynamic, and I'll pick up a 30.100 number, 175 or whatever it happens to be. Good. So they're now set up to do the next part of the lab. Next part of the lab, we're going to do a very similar function or very similar process with IP version 6.